Alrighty world, what's going on? I'm Jonathan. This is my Amazon selling channel. Duke Does Amazon. Before we hop into today's video, this guy's just like flexing right now. I gotta show you who the channel is named after. There he is. The man, the myth. Dookie Diesel. Love this guy. Alright, so sorry about that, but you'll come to realize if you stick around, I'm basically a zookeeper who doubles down as like an Amazon seller, and I do some other things for fun. But yeah, basically just a zookeeper. So anyway, it's funny because it's so true. I know nobody would really know that, but I digress. We'll hop into today's video. As I tell people that I sell on Amazon and I show them examples of what people pay for goods and that I'm making money, a common question that comes up is, why are people willing to pay more on Amazon? And so today I made a list of 6 different reasons that I believe people pay more on Amazon or are willing to pay more on Amazon. Now I do want to preface, not every item and far from all items are more expensive on Amazon. Some are a lot cheaper. And then there's everywhere in between. And there's always gonna be outliers and exceptions with everything in life. Think of like a really hot toy. Something that just came to mind was like Tickle Me Elmo, I don't know, a decade or 2 ago. That was like the hottest thing in the market. So there's always gonna be supply and demand, which will fluctuate. But for everyday, common, very accessible goods, we're kind of more focused on those today, okay? So in no particular order, let's hop into it, okay? So the first thing I have on the list is proximity. What I mean by this, so I personally live in South Florida in a very, very populated area. If I leave my home right now, I can be to any major retail store within 30 minutes and hit hundreds of stores in between, okay? And that's not an exaggeration, they're everywhere, okay? However, if you fall into that boat, you can understand that, but you have to understand how many people buy on Amazon. A lot of people live in much more rural areas or areas that don't have that luxury of being so close to all of these retail stores. So it's just not really an option for them unless they make such an out of the way trip, okay? So that's one, not everybody lives close to all these stores, okay? Number 2 is the value of time. Now, time to everyone is different, okay? Think of like a retiree. They may look forward to, and it might be that highlight of their day, to go shopping, even just for everyday goods. Not trying to come at retirees. In my head, I'm thinking like my like elderly grandparents type of thing, right? But for some people, they look forward to that. For other people, they dread it. Maybe you have a young family and a couple animals like I do. Animals, not the family. Actually, have a family, not kids. Let me just clarify that. Definitely have a family. And so, anyway, I lost my train of thought there. Everyone just values time differently, and some people it's worth it, and some it's not, okay? And so, you know, that's gonna be different for everyone on a case-by-case basis. There's a lot of Amazon sellers. Some of them, certainly a majority of them, they probably value the time enough that it's not worth going to the store when they know they can get it in just a matter of days, okay? So another thing is hard and sunk cost. Number 3. Hard costs are really just gonna be your gas. What really more important is your sunk cost, okay? Now, when you're going shopping and you leave to go do that, and let's say you're shopping for an hour to go out and come back, whatever you're doing during that hour is taken away from something else that you could be doing, whether it be making money, whether it be reading a book, whether it be organizing your house, whatever it is, whatever is important to you, you are giving up something in order to go shopping. And so for a lot of people, simply put, it's not worth that extra $1 or $2 or 10% or whatever it is. They would rather have that time and be able to use that time how they see fit, whether again, it be making more money or working on endeavors or just chilling out, whatever it is. It's a sunk cost because you're giving up something to go shopping, all right? Number 4, people don't know the retail value of goods. and some don't care, okay? So a lot of people aren't gonna just, you know, be searching up the lowest price all over the internet. If they did, they wouldn't just land on Amazon, because sometimes it's not the cheapest. But you kind of have a general feel of this is in the range of what I'm willing to pay. Like if I don't know, if a pair of socks is listed for $15, you think they're $12 off of your head for some reason, you kind of say, oh, that's close enough. You know, I didn't know the exact price, right? And others, they may say, I know I can get these socks for $5, but I don't have to leave my house. I'll pay 15. That to me is worth it. So that's an example of someone not caring, okay? So you have to understand, not everyone's just looking for the least expensive price every time, all right? There's so many people in the world that there's no one size fits all. Number 5, Amazon's return policy, okay? Amazon is hyper focused on customer service. The customer always comes first. Now, some sellers I see on forums and stuff complain about that. I have a different mentality. I'm so grateful they've done that, because that's one of the key components, in my opinion, on why they've built this empire that I get to ride the coattails on, or any seller gets to ride the coattails on if they put in the time and effort, okay? So I say all that to say, if you get a product and you have buyer's remorse, it didn't come as expected, you don't like it, it doesn't fit well, you make one call or email to Amazon, they'll tell you, bring it, here's all your options, bring it to any of these local stores in person, or here's a shipping label, put it out, have it mailed back to us, and we'll either refund you or we'll send you a new one. Basically, no questions asked, okay? And I never really knew that until I became a seller. I didn't used to shop on Amazon that much, and now as a buyer, I see it firsthand. They do so much volume, it's built into their business plan, their business model, that they're not sweating these little returns. It's just part of the game to them. It's all numbers. And so their customer service and their hyper focus on customer first mentality is another reason why customers spend so much more willingly, okay? And then lastly, number 6, I think we all know what Amazon Prime is. Basically, I share this to say, if I have the itch for something now, there's certain things that you may need that day of, and in that case, Amazon may not work. But there's a lot of items that could be arriving tomorrow or the next day that are fine for most people. And because of that, you know it's gonna be here within 2 days with that Prime badge and guarantee. I mean, it's really hard to beat that. You don't have to do anything. It shows up on your front door within 2 days. You're never leaving your house. So Prime is one of the best things that Amazon has done. It's amazing that they do it. And it's one of those things that, you know, if I order now, it's gonna be here in no time. Sometimes next day, sometimes even sooner. It's crazy. So anyway, in a nutshell, it really comes down to this, okay? Those are the 6 reasons. It's really convenience, okay? You don't have to go get it. If the store that you were to go to doesn't have it, you don't have to keep shopping around. You can spend that time doing other things. You're gonna have it delivered to your doorstep within 2 days. You're not spending money on gas or have sunk costs or missed opportunities in your time shopping. Some people also just don't like shopping, all right? So there's so many reasons that it makes it so easy and obvious for people to shop on Amazon. And if it means spending a couple bucks more, most people aren't gonna flinch at that, and that's just the reality. I see it firsthand. I think in general, this is a good lesson that no matter what your preconceived notion is, I say this with all due respect, it doesn't matter. It all comes down to the data, and the data says people pay certain prices for certain items, and then you buy the ones that you feel comfortable with. So I hope that helps clarify why people will pay a little bit more. Again, they don't always pay more. Everyone's unique. There's no one size fits all. So you have to envision that there's a lot of people that don't live a lifestyle like yours, that don't live in an area like yours, that have a family dynamic or not a family dynamic. And for all of these reasons, this is why Amazon is so successful, and one of the many reasons why it makes being an Amazon seller profitable. Because we also buy items typically cheaper than normal, and now we're getting to sell them a little bit higher than normal. So hope that paints the picture, guys. Thanks for joining me. If you do have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to leave them below as I continue to make more and more videos. I'm excited, I'm enjoying this, and once again, I'm Jonathan, Duke Does Amazon. Have a great day.